So, hey guys, hey. It finally happened. Yeah, it finally happened. Remember when I was telling you how the corporate media had kind of made a decision who they wanted to run, like who they wanted to focus their attention on, who they thought would be good for ratings? See, our media is not about left or right. It's about money. And all our media entities, all six of them, that control 90% of our media, they just want a good horse race. They just want something that grabs headlines, that puts butts in the seats, eyeballs on websites. They could care less about substance. That's how you got Donald Trump, really. $1 billion worth of free ad money that he didn't have to even spend, plus the $500 million he spent. That's how you get it. You get publicity. That's the killer. That's the winner right there. That's the great equalizer. Forget what you're talking about. If you can get enough attention and you know how to work the camera, woo. So my lead up to that is just saying that's what I saw with Joe Biden. They wanted Joe Biden to be the Democratic Party, or the left version, or the somewhat liberal on the side, kinda, because it's not really. The moderate. Look, guys, Joe Biden is a Republican in another time. He's a Republican all day. He's a moderate Republican. So was Obama, so was Hillary. That's really what they were, okay? Let's keep it 100. Now, some people would say more than was just moderate. But that's the real deal, okay? So they wanted Joe Biden. They were pushing this guy, shoved him down your throat. And as a black man, I take extreme exception to it because they kept using me on people around my age bracket, maybe people a little bit older, but not much, and saying, well, we're the ones that love Joe Biden. When in reality, I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's all a bunch of malarkey. Well, it finally happened, guys. It finally happened where the polls start shaking up a little bit different than what they anticipated. Yes, it was only a couple of weeks ago when Chuck Todd and Dr. Jason Johnson were on the Meet the Press, and they were talking about how Joe Biden was Teflon, how he was untouchable, and his gaffable, laughable propensity was nothing to be concerned about because he was Joe Biden. He's everyone's favorite uncle. He could touch women inappropriately. He could grab little girls. He could be a nuisance. He can insult black people on every level. He was just out there talking about, what if Obama was assassinated? Yeah, that's a real party starter. That's one way to get the blacks on your side. Talk about killing the first black president. Always a good way to start off a conversation. I didn't know if I was watching a campaign speech or an episode of The Office. I mean, he doesn't look like Steve Carell, but he was reading Steve Carell's lines. And that's not all. The guy was in New Hampshire. No, was he in New Hampshire? No, he was in, where was he at? Was he in Iowa talking about New Hampshire? Was he in New Hampshire? No, he was in New Hampshire talking about he was in the town of Vermont. I'm telling you, it's so backwards. And this was not a clip taken out of context because I've been fooled like that before and had to go back and be like, oh, look at them, they got me. And that was the Associated Press who got me that time. But no, this is not a cut-off clip. This is not a voiceover. Nobody did a, Drake, nothing. No one did a, ringtone or a monotone or none of that. This wasn't a Kanye remix. Wasn't a Pharrell. When they stole Stevie Wonder's or whoever they stole that music from that time. No. This was real. He actually thought he was in another state than which he was in and was talking to a bunch of reporters. So finally, it resonates in the polls. Your boy Biden been sliding.
Welcome back. We got a new poll that could show we're heading into a new phase in the Democratic race for president. Maybe. Check it out. This is Monmouth, national poll, Democratic voters. And what do you see here? You don't see Joe Biden's name at the top of this. You see Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren tied with 20%, a point ahead in this Monmouth poll of Joe Biden. Obviously, for Biden, in the last Monmouth poll, which was taken basically at the start of the summer, he was clearly in the lead, double-digit advantage over all of the others. Again, that would be a big drop for Biden. That would continue what we've been seeing with Warren all year, which is a slow but steady climb climb in the polls for her. And for Sanders, really, this is probably the best poll maybe he's seen this entire campaign for him, at least since Joe Biden got in. Bernie Sanders ahead of Biden again at the top here. The question, obviously, you always say when you get a poll like this, is this an outlier? And the short answer to that is we will find out. We will see as more polls come out in the next few days, next few weeks, how closely do they resemble this or not? Does this end up being an outlier? We can find out. I can also tell you, certainly, folks on the Biden campaign, they would point to this, what you see down here in small print. This is the margin of error. It's 5.7 points in this poll. That's a large margin of error because the sample size for this poll is 298. So that's one thing to keep in mind, obviously. But hey, Monmouth, we got to say, Monmouth is a quality, reputable pollster. The DNC uses them as part of its official criteria for deciding who gets into these debates and who doesn't. And Monmouth has been using sample sizes like this all year. It's not the first Monmouth poll we've seen. So what is behind Biden's drop in this poll? Two key groups we can point to here. Number one, there's an ideological divide. We've seen this. Elizabeth Warren leading among liberals, Sanders second, Biden in third. Not surprised by that. But here, this has been Biden's strength when it comes to ideology. Moderate conservative voters. He leads, but in this poll, this Monmouth poll, only 22%, barely ahead of Sanders there. Not nearly as well as we've seen Biden do in the past. And then there's this one. There is age. And again, we have been talking about this. 50 years seems to be like a dividing line in the Democratic primary. Older than 50, under 50. They're going in very different directions. Check this out. 50 years and older. We've seen this all year. Joe Biden's leading. It's a solid lead. It's a double-digit lead. He's in first place there. Now look at this. Voters under 50 in this poll on the Democratic side. Not only is Joe Biden not in the lead, look how far you have to go down. Joe Biden is sitting at 6% in this poll, tied with Andrew Yang for voters under 50. 6% for the former vice president under 50. 33% above. That's why he's in trouble in this poll. Again, question of what we will see in future polls. We mentioned, too, the other key, the other reason this is news, the DNC uses this to decide who gets on the debate stage. And by the way, that wasn't supposed to happen. Let's try that again. So these are the 10 candidates right now who have qualified for the September debate. There's been a question mark around Tom Steyer, the billionaire. Tom Steyer has raised the donations you need to get on the debate stage, but he needs one more poll at 2% to qualify. By Wednesday, he needs one more poll at 2%. He did not hit that threshold in this poll. He did not reach 2% in this Monmouth poll today. So basically, tomorrow or Wednesday, there needs to be some other poll that comes out. Steyer has to be at 2% in it, or Steyer will not be in the debate. And if that's the case, then this will be it for the next debate. It'll be 10 candidates, one stage, one night, one debate. That is what it's looking like on the Democratic side. It's another reason this Monmouth poll today is news.
Bittersweet poll we're looking at right there because there's obviously someone missing from that debate stage. Obviously, someone's missing there. That someone is Tulsi Gabbard. A lot of people are concerned. I want to know why we're talking about Steny and not talking about Tulsi Gabbard. What has Steny ever done except make money? Really, I'm just saying, what has he done except make money? Just because you find most of these guys, you find a loophole in our tax code, you find a loophole in a patent or something, and you make a whole boatload of money. I don't even know how the guy made his money. I'm just saying. All he did was make money. And that's what we got to have a conversation about, if this guy's going to make the debates. I'd rather hear about a sitting congressperson who stepped down from the DNC last year, who's our first candidate in the Democratic primary to leave the campaign trail to go serve the country. I'd rather hear about if that person's going to make it or not. Why don't we have a drama be that, Johnson? Well, you know why we can't have that be the reason there, Edwards? Because we don't like her foreign policy. We don't like her attitude towards war. What's so wrong with it, Johnson? She doesn't like war. Oh. Most people don't. But we do, dummy. We do, Edwards. Jesus. What are you, a true lefty? So it's a bittersweet poll because though I'm very happy to see Joe Biden sliding like I knew he always would, just sliding on into the darkness, just sliding on down. It's just like roosters coming home to roost. I'm tired of people telling me what's so great about Joe Biden, how he's so electable and selectable and delectable. Really, he's forgettable. Also, what's intriguing about this poll, and let's get this straight. A lot of people don't like this poll, right? I get it, I understand it. But this is a poll that they've been using relentlessly. So, yeah, I'm going to give it some credence because they were using it when it was saying what they wanted it to say, that Biden was up by double digits. They were like this. Now you hear the guy all making all types of disclaimers. Well, we're going to see, and we're going to make sure it's not an outlier. He never said that when Biden was up. Biden goes down, all of a sudden, well, look, guys, don't get upset yet because, come on, donors. Don't run away from us yet, donors. Don't do it. He could come back. This could just be a joke. This could be a fluke. So that's what's happening right now. I'm also very encouraged by seeing the fact that Kamala Harris, who bragged about being a top-tier candidate, no longer be a part of the top-tier candidate list. Talking about karma. Karma, chameleon. It comes and goes. Losing would be easy. Something to something lied my dreams. You talk that mess. Now you are losing, yes. So not looking good at 8%. Fell a whopping 12 digits. Unprecedented. I've never heard of such. Also, what I'm noticing in this poll, guys, was Pete Buttigieg. Yeah, Pete Buttigieg. Yeah, Pete. He's sliding too, but it's a slow slide. They still had him on Meet the Press for whatever reason with Chuck Todd talking about what he would do if he was president. Never will happen. Oh, he just talks so nice and reasonable. Yeah, reasonably neoliberal. Oh, I want everyone to work together and we're going to raise all boats. I don't want to hear that crap no more. Don't want to hear it. Hillary Clinton with a better speaking voice. Well, that's Kamala. Listen, here's the thing, guys. They prop up who they want to prop up, and then candidates like Tulsi Gabbard don't get anywhere those type of love that they give. And look, guys, what do we expect? I know, Tim. What do you expect? People always in the comment section, well, what do you expect, Tim Black? What do you expect? I'm trying to cover the news, man. Everybody doesn't know that the crooked DNC just does this. They're tied in with the corporate media. Everybody doesn't know about WikiLeaks and what we learned last election cycle. Once upon a time, you didn't know it either. I'm sorry, show's not just for one person who knows everything. So listen, if you're new to the show, if you're new to independent media, if your jaw's like this, because you have no idea what's going on here. Like, I thought Joe was very competent. What am I hearing? He didn't know what state he's in. I thought Kamala was a top-tier candidate. What do you mean she dropped 12 points and doesn't know she'll have enough money to catch the bus? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I thought Pete Buttigieg was the face of a new generation of politicians. What do you mean the guy can't manage to govern a small town no one ever heard of? Can't control the blacks or the whites or the cops or nothing. Yeah, we really need to fix our race relations. Oh, that's my job. I'm sorry, I forgot. I didn't realize it was my job. It was my job to do that. Yes, I understand it's my job to do it, and we're working on it right now, and we fell short. When I say we, I mean me, because the buck stops with me because I am the mayor, and it weighs on me heavily. Weighs on me so heavily, I'm at a bunch of fundraisers in the Hamptons trying to get money because I'm so weighed down with things not working at home. I should have gentrified all the blacks out of there. That's what I should have done. Did I just say that out loud? Anyway, guys, what's happening now is what we knew would happen. Stay tuned for more. There will be more of this. Biden will be sliding. I don't think Joe Biden could do anything to unslide. You're looking at a presidential candidate who has been in 2 presidential races before this and has never won a single delegate in either one of those races. But still, I got to hear, he could be Trump. He could be Trump. Anyone could be Trump. Yeah, you said that Hillary could be Trump too. Remember that? Remember you saying that? And I was saying, no, please don't do it. Please don't do it. You said I was Russian when I told you, please don't do it. She gonna lose, man. You said you hate women. Like, no, I love women. I just that's a cyborg. That's not. She's a horrible politician. That's what she is. It doesn't matter. If she was a guy, she'd still suck. All right, guys. So there you have it. Joe Biden sliding. First time. You heard it right here on Tim Black Show. Down by 1 point. Senator Elizabeth Warren doing mysteriously well. The slow climb for her. Now here comes the opposition research and people found out, Elizabeth Warren used to be a Republican. Yeah, is that really opposition research? Everyone knows that. Oh, not the people who watch MSNBC for some reason. And the people that watch CNN. For some reason, those people didn't know it. So when they hear it, they think it's a smear job by Russians. It's just facts, man. Sort of like you always talking about Bernie being an independent. He's not even a Democrat. Well, Elizabeth Warren was a Republican for a very long time. Just like Hillary.